Hey guys, so I had to do this real quick. It's right after lunch, so sorry if I keep like moving my mouth around, but I gotta tell you, my girlfriend's cat is just an absolute sweetheart, aren't you? Yeah. You want some treats? Are your treat levels low? So, I don't normally do these kind of videos and that, but I was kind of bored, and yes, if you're looking at the popcorn ceiling, I know it's going out. Trust me. So, bear with me a second as I try to get this. You can hear her in the background. She's just going nuts. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Right? So, yeah. You're the life of me, girl. So, I wanted to make a quick video. Again, this is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, but these are called Temptations. And I get it says that they're creamy dairy flavor, right? So, anyway, the cat loves Temptations. How old are you? Don't touch me. Ma'am, do not touch me. Don't touch me. And she'll sit up like a little squirrel, right? So, it's a win-win situation. Yeah, don't touch me. Good girl. So, she's an older cat. She's my girlfriend has had her since she was 6 years old. Just have some manners, ma'am. Good lord. So, her name is Chessie, and my girlfriend was 6 when her father had found her, and I don't know. In some ways, I guess Chessie really helps me with anxiety. Even though she helps create it. Shocker. But, she, there's very few things that I hold really truly dear to me. And, my hope by doing all these YouTube videos are not only if they help other people, but, if something tragic were to happen to me, I wouldn't be thinking the way I do had I not lost 2 of my brothers. One was Joshua DeFord, and I'm kind of half and half with him. If he wouldn't have been in the situation, he wouldn't have been hit. So, would you call it karma? You call it what you want, say what you want. People do anyway. So, I don't really care what you think about them. Things. We have things the way that we do for whatever reason. So, that was his time to go, and well, it's sad to see him go, but unfortunately, he's no longer with us. The second one was, and if I might add, Josh was 23. Okay, I'm 25, and my brother Josh had a son by the name of Mace, Mace, and I've seen Mace maybe twice. I was to his birthday party, and that was it. So, it is what it is. I'm not gonna sit and sulk about it, and I guess my whole point to doing this is, my brother never was part of social media. He was very anti-government, he had somewhat antisocial tendencies. He would hang out with groups that would do illegal activity, and who I used to call my father is Daryl DeFord. I got nothing good to say about him. I mean, he's got a record as long as I can't even put into perspective for you. And while I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, okay, he is a multiple felon. I mean, he's a felon with a firearm, with this or that or this or that, and he was a type when I was growing up. He would be very, oh, well, your mom said this, oh, your mom said that. Part of the informational thing that I want to say is, you know, not that I was fortunate enough to go through a divorce, but the fact that I have went through a divorce, and I have a child myself. Her name is Carmen, spelled with a K, and I'm not going to mention too much more until she's older. But she's the life of me. You know, I don't know where I would be if my girlfriend hadn't tried to persuade me to push harder and deal with things the way that they were. You know, things are given to you in strides, and I guess the best way that I can describe it is if you took the American flag and there's how many white stripes, how many red stripes, but all of them are just stripes, right? Well, if you start out with just one stripe, meaning that your ex did this, your ex did that, or you're denied a visit, or this or that, just roll with it. Okay? It's going to be hard. It will. I thought about many times. I've thought many times about signing off my rights because I felt as if, and again, I live in Wisconsin, so maybe it's different where you are. I don't know. You know, all I can do is hope that somebody looks at this and says, you know what, he gave some good advice, and you know, I never want this to happen, but had a tragedy happened or something, I want my daughter to be able to look at this and say, you know what, everything is the way that he did what he could, and I guess the only way I can say to help out anybody else is just do you. Like with me in Wisconsin here, certain counties are certain ways, just like everything is certain ways. But I guess where I'm going with this is that if you just automatically think the worst, then you're never going to get ahead. You never will, never have, never will again. And I guess my hope is that people look at this and understand that it's not meant to be easy. Okay, one of my favorite sayings are, nothing worth having is meant to be easy. Okay, with a house, how do you get it? You have to build credit. It's hard to build credit. And, not to jump on a different note, but my Uncle Jim, he used to do a bunch of tutoring sessions, and I guess, like, the thing is that he goes, as my grandma's passing away, okay, she had a stroke, she was in the hospital, it was basically say goodbye, right? And my aunt couldn't even stay there because he had to be into this band because, well, he brings in good money. The thing is what classifies as good money? I mean, being a truck driver, yeah, That's good money. Being a part of a band? What? Like, what? No. You have the total wrong idea of that. Okay, and he goes on to say, oh, well, the economy is bad. Okay, if that's the case, because they live in Wisconsin as well, I got a notification that had said, Wisconsin's unemployment rate is to an all-time low. 2.8%. Right? How is the economy so bad? Oh my gosh, join a second band then. If that economy is bad, in your opinion, then why is it to an unemployment rate is down to an all-time low? Riddle that for me. Seems like control. That's what that seems like. That's all I got for it. So again, this is just a nice little quick video, letting people know where I was and where I am now. Excuse me. I used to wake up every day and despise looking in the mirror because I despise the person in the mirror. And I think that a lot of other people can kind of go with the same thoughts of, well, I'm not comfortable with who I am. Okay? Well, you're never born to say, oh, well, I'm happy with who I am. I'm happy the family I have. You have to grow with your family and understand who is going to be who is your structural support. My mom was a big support system. There's things I'd never agree with, and there's things that I'll never agree on. But that's what makes us our own individual person. Because if my mom said, hey, I would do this, the thing is if I don't do that, she's not there to say, oh, well, I told you so. That is a healthy, structured support system. Because my nose itches. I got a bunch of sunburn and that. So mid-80s here the last couple days. So tonight's supposed to really storm, and Friday is supposed to be thunderstorm. So I don't know. Oh yeah, Wisconsin is the only state that you can see all 4 seasons in the same week. We had a 34-foot estimated 34-foot snowfall in April. Okay, April showers bring May flowers. Well, the showers is not supposed to be snow. Okay, boom, that simple. But I just wanted to kind of, give you guys a side note of this is something that I hope to find helpful for everybody. Because I would always wake up and say, man, I just can't get up today. I'm not going to get up today because I can't stand the person I am. And the thing is, the quicker you realize that the support systems around you, you need to incorporate those with you, okay? Like before, my meds weren't jiving. That's not an excuse. You can give yourself an excuse. Do whatever you feel is comfortable for yourself. However, for me, I can't stand excuses. So that's like being arrested and say, oh, well, I didn't steal it. Well, of course you did. Who else did? Why were you on camera taking it? Like, it's not rocket science. Okay, so, I can either wake up every day and say, you know what, I can't stand this life, or I can wake up and take it for what it's worth. I can't say for sure where I'll be or where I am. But my hope is that at some point I'm going to look back and I'm going to say, wow, that was a struggle. That was a different me. It's like weight loss. With weight loss it's a little bit easier because you can see the weight that you've lost. It's going to be hard to do, but when you get that result and you look at the old you, the old you versus the new you, it's going to really paint a really big picture and say, wow, that was me, versus the way that my thinking is, the way that I have a bunch of mental health issues, and I'm not looking for YouTube to monetize. If I get that far and it just happens, then great. If not, I just hope that somebody sees this information and really looks at it for what it's worth. Like I said before, I started my own business. In my last video, I had stated that I started my own business, and issues arose in a relationship. I'm not going to talk about it, not going to bring it up. But if my girlfriend watches this, I can't take back what I've done. And the fact that I've put this into a video, it really will show how much regret I really have, because you can't. I like to live by the don't bite the feed that don't. Wow, oh my God, don't bite the hand that feeds you, and gosh, that is just terrible sunburn. If you bite the hand that feeds you every step of the way, what's the point of feeding you? And I finally got my meds straight, and again, I'm not using that as an excuse. I can't stand excuses. Okay, if people say, "Oh, well, I don't know why I'm doing this," well, look at it, evaluate it, and figure out why it's not working for you. If you put a used water pump or what I would call remanufactured water pump in your vehicle, and it lasts 2 years, versus you put a brand new one in and it lasts 5 years. If you really truly think that the remanufactured water pump is going to hold up and be good enough for you, fine, do it. Me personally, I am one of those people where I do not like tearing things apart, putting crap parts into it, putting it back together, and when it happens again, I have to think in my head, well, I knew you shouldn't have done that. I would have probably passed on that job. Plain and simple. For instance, I had this person call me for ball joints, and they wanted to get the parts from AutoZone. Fine, do it. But I will not honor any warranty. If I know the product and I know the warranty, okay, I will honor the warranty, but I need to know that product. I need to know that warranty. I like to be proud of my work, and I like to fix things with premium passion. I don't remember who says it. I know it's a quote out there. I don't recall who started it or made it. But it's if you enjoy what you work, or you work at what you forget how they say that. If you do what you like for work, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's completely true. Landscaping. I love landscape. Sorry about the spots there. We're dealing with. We're gonna redo the place and that, but You know, if you take it to any other garage, they're not going to want you to bring your own parts. They're going to deal with their own parts. And the reasons why they do that is they can't honor a warranty if they don't know what the product is. You know, how do they know that you didn't just get it off of eBay or Amazon or some other Chinese made, you know, and I know that's far-fetched because there's a lot of Chinese made stuff. I get it. Okay, don't criticize me completely, just take it for what it's worth, okay? All in all, I'm hoping that people look at this video and understand that I do plan on taking this channel to a whole new level. You know, I'd like to eventually get into how to organize a garage, how to add key elements to your garage to maximize its capacity. You know, if you guys are into doing your own electric in the state of Wisconsin, now I cannot ever speak of other places with other regulations. So be smart, don't be an idiot. Look at your regulations, look at your state codes, your state laws, your you know, if anything is done and you go, oh well, David told me to. Well, I'm sorry. Use your own head. You know, I mean, you see the size of my head? Okay, a brain has to fit in there somewhere, and I know that may be far-fetched, but everybody has to have some sort of size of a brain in their head, okay? And if you look at Cheddar, for example, or Chessie, I should say, you know, she's got a really particularly small head. Yeah. Do you have a small head? You have a kitten face. You're a good girl. Yeah. Yeah, no, we're not doing more treats. We're just, you know, I needed to exercise, you know, how big your head is. That's it. Thank you. So, you know, brain has to fit in there somewhere. Say what you want. Say I'm cruel. Say I'm an asshole. I don't care. Point is, if you go out and you do things, you burn your house down, not my problem. Okay? I know the regulations here, and in Wisconsin, you can upgrade your own circuit panel. You can upgrade your own wiring. In the state of Wisconsin, you can do it as the homeowner. However, something that I would recommend, if you don't know what you're doing, don't touch it. Okay? So, for instance, this is going to seem like a cluster, okay? So, this is a manufactured home. And I think this is a 240 setup. I can't say for sure. Again, I'm not a certified electrician. I'm not being paid to show anything. But I am looking at, I'm just trying to run through this real quick and show you what, you know, the main is 100 and a service disconnect is 100. And I don't know all the stuff, but you know, to change these out, they're really easy. They're not hard. Okay, you have a positive, a negative, a this, or that, and you put the service breaker on, and you go about your day, and it's easy. Okay. Other things are for people who don't know how to do a leaky water shutoff valve. Okay, that's the hot water. And, you know, we don't use hot water for washing clothes because, well, we don't use hot water, okay? Another thing is, this is an access panel for the hot water heater, okay? That there is an access panel for that water shutoff valve system. Eventually, as things progress, I am hoping to do videos on that kind of stuff. We're just kind of taking it in strides. We're trying to keep up with everything. We're very busy couple, and for instance, there is this. Okay, these are those strips that are, so all the person did was basically, kept it as is. Basically, we're putting this plaster-like stuff on here with the tape, and sand it down so you can paint over it. Okay, it's not rocket science. It's not hard. It's not, at some point when we do paint, I think we're going to take these off. Girlfriend and I have not talked about too much about that. Hence the reasons why I'm not doing much with it. But those are these little strips here. Okay, they're, some people say they're not for decoration. They're for structural integrity. That's wrong. It is not for structural integrity. If it was, it wouldn't be there. Something to kind of know is if it's for structural integrity, then it would be on the inside of the wall. Plain and simple. Manufactured homes have a very low budget. They're not junk by any means, but they aren't for the faint of heart either. So, something to kind of just understand is you will have to do upgrades to a manufactured home. If you want it to feel like a house, you have to do the upgrades to it. This is going to be a little bit dark, but I wanted to kind of show everybody here. It's a bench. It was supposed to be a fold up, come down, stick the legs out type of thing. That's a work in progress. So as of right now, it's just kind of a stationary type deal. But we just moved in February 15th-ish. So, doing a lot more than just straight up move in, deal with everything. We have a lot of stuff that we've done or that we are doing. There's a lot of kind of stuff. There's, we'd like to relocate some lilacs and stuff like that. But this is another addition that we did. In here, we do have meat thermometers for poultry and steak. It literally tells you when it's done. If you prefer to just do it with your, squeezing your palm or whatever works for you. I don't care. I'm not the one eating it. But that is a setup of grill utensils. And then there's the trusty grill. Nothing special. I mean, it was less than $200. So, I don't believe in getting the maximum amount for a high dollar amount. But I do believe in quality. So I guess, do your own. I take quality into a very big consideration with stuff that I buy. And when it comes to the girlfriend, I like to be supportive and kind of show her what I think she should do. These are topsy-turvies. Again, they're not being paid as promotion or anything. It's just strictly stuff that I'm doing on my own, purchasing myself, doing, and kind of notifying everybody with because, well, I can. It's United States of America, so hallelujah. These are strawberries. And if you see here, there's a bunch of strawberries. So, and those will come back every year. We're hoping to make this into kind of like a homestead type deal. This one's looking a little sad, but I don't know what I can do with it that'll make it any better. So I just keep giving it food, and it's like a dying dog. I mean, you can only do what you can with it, and it is what it is. So not real sure what all these things here are. They're not pine needles, but they're rather annoying. They're all over the driveway. There's a lot of different ideas that come to mind. See, there's lilac here. I don't know why somebody would put that there, but whatever. This tree here was already cut down. There was a tree here. It was well over. That got cut down. This one here is going to get cut down, and I'm hoping to do a restoration project on the snowblower. I have got to say, I'm not real sure what kind it is, but it is one of those that it seems as if it is a truly older model. My girlfriend's grandpa, he had passed away not too long ago, and whether Steph, which is my girlfriend, whether Steph knows about it or not, it did take a bigger impact towards me. I didn't know him great like she did, but it's just kind of, he left an impression, and I don't know, I can't say anything bad about the guy, nor would I, even if I did, just because he's not here to defend himself. And same thing with anybody that has passed away. I really look at the big factors of how big of an impression did they leave. It's one of those things that like the car that I have used to be my brother Josh when he was in the military. People can say what they want on what it looks like and how it runs and stuff like that. I don't care, because the car to me has more sentimental value to it, and I will never get rid of it. I will die keeping it running than to just let it go. And that's simply because it's a part of me, and I don't know how else to. I'm not very good at letting go, so I guess with this all being done, I'm gonna let you guys go. Let me know if you want to see the snowblower, that kind of thing. I do want to do a shout out though, and the shout out is to MD Mike 15. He's a solid dude, man. My cousin married him, and he's a very down to earth. I don't even know how to describe him, because he's one of those that he walks in a room, everybody knows who he is, everybody knows that he's got a heart of gold, and if you come to my channel, subscribe. But it's one of those things that he always has that impact. He always leaves that impression, and not a lot of people have that, and it just gets you thinking, because you know the people that you've lost, and you know the people that you think that you can't lose, and when they're gone, you're done scratching your. I like to scratch my head, but it's all fuzz. So, but when things like that happen, it's one of those where, I try to just take it as I get it, and another favorite saying that I have is, I give what I get, and if you treat me like an ass, I'm only going to do it in return. I'm not going to come out and just be an ass to you, because I don't know how many people you know. And that it's something that has always been something instilled in me. There's a lot of things that I hold true to me as standards, but some of them are not quite prioritized. And that's what I'm hoping to do in some of these videos. Whether I have no subscribers, to me it doesn't matter to have all the subscribers, but it does mean a lot to me to have, it does mean a lot to me to have support. And, even if I didn't have any support, I like to be able to go through these videos once they're already uploaded and everything, and give something for my daughter to look at. Make her know the person that I was. And if she's ever going to doubt anything, it'll all be here. And it is what it is. That's all I can say to that. The biggest thing that I would like my daughter to hear, and I'm gonna make a separate video of it, but it was part of a divorce, and the troubles of what I went through, because I do have screenshots of everything. I have unimaginable amount of things that she would never know. And it's hard to fake a document. Sure, there's Photoshop and stuff like that, but I don't even know how to do this whole YouTube thing, much less Photoshop. And I don't even know. I mean, Photoshop is like $800. It's not something that I can purchase. I'm trying to just make sure that she's educated in whatever issues that arose. So with that, I'm gonna sign off, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to share it with any family, friends, go right ahead. I do just want to let you know that whatever videos you do not like, you're more than happy to, you're more than welcome to just skip over that. I do plan on putting a playlist in together. Hopefully we can go with that, and it's whatever, I guess. But all right, guys, we'll see you later.